Welcome back to the Whit-Acre way. I'm up here by myself, getting 2 triaxles of 2B limestone delivered. You can hear the beeper for the backup alarm on this guy's truck. He thought it would be a better idea to back in, which I agree with him. We're gonna drop a load over here with the rest of this 2B, and then hopefully the next time he comes up, I'll have enough laid out where he can dump it right in the spot that we're looking to dump it. So if you're up in the Venango, Clarion, Butler area, Armstrong, using DJ McKinney, hauling and excavating, they were the ones who actually called me back and said, hey, we can deliver. He was a couple weeks out due to how busy everything is up here and the drivers they can get, but this guy looks like he knows what he's doing. He's backing right in here and gonna put it with this other stone here. So perfect. If he's able to drop it right there, that'll be right where we need it. Look at that. Perfect. Now I got the tractor already running heat, and get that all taken care of, and I'll be right back. I just recently bought this rear blade. It's a 6-foot county line from Tractor Supply. It's good enough for now. It's like I said, 6-foot. What is that? 72-inch rear blade, and that's going to help us put in our driveway. So you can turn it around, push from this side. Obviously it's faced the pool right now. There's different angles from the top piece you can switch, which is nice. And fucker's pulling out a freaking log here. I gotta go put him away, but yep, it's time to get to work here. So I'm gonna get the tractor putting in some work today. lawn's down about 2 feet now. Normally that log right there is covered over. So I figured the next 2-3 hours that I'm doing work, I'd rather run the pump down there out of the creek. I'll probably only add I don't know, 2 inches to it over 2 to 3 hours, but maybe I'll be lucky to get an inch. I don't know. But at least get some fresh water pumped into here. Up top, I cleared that out, so we haven't had a whole lot of rain, and the runoff certainly isn't helping us. But that water right there hopefully will. All right, let's get back to work on the tractor, I guess, and get that driveway finished up. Good there if you can. That'll do it. Lining this up here, I'm gonna lay some stone on it up there. I'm gonna take it all the way down to the road, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold it back on itself and cut it down the bottom and start filling this in too. These rolls are 12.5 foot wide, and I believe from where those rocks are there to over there, I think it was 33.5. because that's a 40-foot pipe, 2 sections of 20-footers running through here. And the guy who did our excavation for us, Dustin, left us room on both sides, but he rocked it in real nice on the edges over there and the edges over here. So I'm gonna dump a little bit of stone on that so it doesn't get blown around. I gotta move this cable here, but then I'm just gonna fold it down on itself. And now I noticed I forgot that I had brought the tractor through here. I'm gonna have to clean all that up real quick, fill that in so we don't create bigger problems down the road. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm just gonna get some of this here done and see if we can hook you to a tree for a few minutes here. So I got that most of the way laid out, and I only need half of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it here, flip it in on itself. It'll be like a double, but I mean, I hate to use all the product up, but it's only really about 40 feet of it. And what I'm going to be using to cut it is a propane torch. It burns it real nice, and what it does is it singes the edges, and kind of keeps it from fraying. So let's start cutting that. I think we go right about here. The rest will just flip over. I got to cut down at the road, more at the culvert pipe, but that worked out really well. I love how that cuts. It's, if you've never done it before, and a few days ago was the first time I've ever done it, it's extremely satisfying. All right, well, let's get stone on this. We got to get working because we got to get a few other things done. But let's get some stone on this and see if we can get a couple other things done today. Especially we have to get the deer hunting shanty ready for Saturday. Saturday's the opening day in PA for early season muzzle loader for doe deer only. And I'm probably going to bring the boys up and they're going to sit with me while we do some hunting. So stick with us. Excuse me, stick with us for that. I still have at least another half pile of gravel in the other spot that they dumped, but for right now this will definitely this will certainly get us started. So all right, well, let's get to it here. through here. I made a pretty bad rut with the tractor when I came in the other day, right down through here. So I want to fill that in before I put this on top of it, and then I'm gonna have to cut it back again, which is fine. But I'm gonna bring it right across here, cut it out here. So I'm gonna cut it to the point where it lays out here, so I can get the stone all the way out here and the mud doesn't get in there. So we're making some pretty good progress. I probably moved at least 20 ton of stone today, maybe more. Plus there's probably, I don't know, what is that, maybe 5-6 ton there. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go grab a little bit of overburden, fill that in, and then we'll get back to work. We're just about finished up here for the day. I have to go back and get some other things done. Like I got to drain the water out of the cabin, and I want to run the dog a little bit. Just really hitting a couple holes real quick. Like these little holes here. I couldn't get the bucket float to get everything. That only took a few seconds there. And like around these edges here, all through here, that just needs to be kicked on with a rake. I wish I had a rock rake for the tractor, but I do not. But we'll get this all squared away, let it sit in and settle down for a month or so, maybe more. Who knows, maybe even the spring. And then we'll get the 2A crusher run, or whatever you want to call that, down. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. So we'll see what happens over the winter with it, how much it settles down. But yeah, like I said before the other day, I've never got to burn this underlayment to cut it. Man, does that work pretty slick. And like I said, it gets the edges, and with the edges being, I guess, sprayable, or that can be frayed, it really tightens that up too. So that's about it. I got a couple more little high sections there I gotta do right here to the road edge. I gotta get that over there down, pull that back in with the rear blade there. But that's about it. This is actually hasn't been too bad. I thought with the guys installing that FiOS, or whatever it's called, fiber optic line, I thought it was gonna be a good day shot in the butt, but actually didn't turn out too bad. They weren't in the way, I wasn't in the way of them too much, and I was able to get done what I needed to get done for the most part. But yeah, I gotta go dig a couple more holes and get that all in ship shape. And I need to go grab a rake is what I need to do. But the barn or shed or whatever you want to call it, from wherever you're from, is about 1,800 feet that way. So, but yeah, this doesn't look too terrible. Like right here where I crossed it over needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Get a little bit more on there. Oh, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it. I hope that doesn't screw up that. I don't think it will, but I hope it doesn't. But yeah, for a day's, well, for 3 hours of work maybe, not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. You know what? I need more up here. This is a mess up in this corner. Totally forgot about this. Let's kick some rock up here for now. I gotta go grab the side-by-side and grab a rake. Alright, well, be back with the side-by-side and the rake. We're gonna put the tractor away and let that old guy cool down. I went to town, got some diesel for the tractor, stopped up, grabbed the side-by-side and the dog, and raked. So I'm gonna rake some of the stuff on the ends out a little thinner. All right, well, that looks pretty good for what it is. I think I'm gonna finish up here and get rolling home soon. I know I have a big pile at the end that I gotta do too, but that's gonna have to wait until next time. So, well, I almost forgot before I left that I needed to pound a stake in for our address in the approximate area of where the middle of the house is going to be. And roughly right where I'm standing, maybe about 5 feet more this way, would be about the middle of the house. So I'm going to pound this stake in the ground, paint the top of it orange, and throw a couple little ribbon flags on there, and we'll send in for our proper address. I had to give it the last couple hits there. That's the that's not going anywhere hit. So let's get a couple ribbons on there and hit it with a little bit of spray paint. I gotta figure out where that dog went. Here he comes. So I have a sport dog collar on him. It's good for up to I believe 800 yards. I normally just give him the beeper, and he's learned pretty early in his life, because we did the same thing with our other dog Brutus. setup we have. That once he hears that beeper, he better find his way back to whoever it is that's beeping him, whether it's me or the wife. So it's good, and yeah, let's get some tape on there and get this squared away. All right, well, I think that'll do. I don't know if they need to see that from the road or not, but they have the general idea. Whenever you apply for the address, you have to print out a GIS map or a Google map and put the approximate location and size of the house where you're building the house. And from the last couple videos, you've probably seen the septic perk test, the pits that we had to dig. That's just right down over the hill. The septic, which he said we're going to do a siphon system, is going to be right down at the bottom of the hill right here, and then obviously you can see the deer shanty. But yeah, so it's coming along. I know that septic mound or septic leach field, whatever you want to call it, is going to be kind of in front of the deer shanty, but that's not going to be a problem. I don't foresee that being a problem at all. But yeah, the leaves on the trees are finally starting to change. I wish I could zoom in on this GoPro and show you. It's pretty awesome looking, especially when the sun hits it and really pops the colors. I bet you next week will be really, really nice. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for coming with us. Appreciate you all coming out, and support the channel by subscribing and liking the video. I'd appreciate that. There's a lot more to come with our home build. Finishing up the septic. We're going to be drilling a well next summer, and we'll be installing the electric up to the house site next summer as well. So there'll be a lot of backhoe use, and we'll definitely be putting in the work, that's for sure. So stick with us. Appreciate you coming. Thanks.